process, I'm now going to invite to the podium Comrade Floyd Shivambu, who's the national convener of the Mayibuye consultation process. Comrade Floyd.
Midrand, Mayibuye, Afrika Mayibuye, Afrika Mayibuye, Afrika. Well, thank you very much, National Chairperson of Mayibuye consultation process. And want to thank the leadership of Mayibuye consultation process, the members of the media that have joined us here today, and want to acknowledge the bishops who have joined us. They're part of the Council of Elders of Mayibuye. Want to greet the people of South Africa who are joining us through the broadcast channels. We are here today to speak to the people of South Africa and the volunteers of Mayibuye consultation process to remind them that on the 19th of June 2025, we convened a press conference where we said we are going to talk to the people of South Africa to ask a question of whether there is a need for another political party and what should be the values and principles that should define that political party if it is ever founded. And we also said we're going to ask the people of South Africa of what should distinguish such a political party from others, and how such a political party should be funded. We say we are going to ask these questions because we are of the firm belief that a political party or a movement should never be one person's personal project, that it should never be a family project, that it should never be a tribal project, that it should never be a regional or provincial project, that a political party should never be a way to get rich or die trying. We say that a political party must never be a private property, that a political party should never be a card. On the other hand, we say that a political party must be a tool and a way for the people as a whole and to fight for the liberation of our people. That a political party should follow the democratic ideas and values, that a political party must be open to answer to the people of South Africa. So in the period since the 19th of June 2025, we have held several engagements with different constituencies and different communities across South Africa. We had public engagements directly as the national leadership with professionals and entrepreneurs here in Johannesburg. We had a meeting nabantu bakamaonesi ba akatiko bakamaonesi na hosi maonesi risenga kamalamlele hidi 12th of July. We had a meeting with pastors and traditional leaders kamalamlele on the 12th of July as well. We had a meeting with Hosi Shilungwa. We had meetings with the volunteers of Mayibuye in the Pompo province. We had a very productive meeting with Hoshi Dr. Haboliwe Moroga of Barolong Busileka in Tabanchu in the Free State province. We had meetings and consultations with volunteers of the Free State province. We had meeting with Kumkani Vulukaya Stau of Amakosa in the Eastern Cape province. We had engagements with volunteers of the Eastern Cape province. We had meetings with students and youth. We had meetings and engagements with the Malele Tribal Authority in Bushbuckridge. We had engagements with Matibela Tribal Authority in Bushbuckridge as well. We had engagements briefly, although, with Hosi Mumalo of Bushbuckridge. We had meetings and engagements with volunteers in Kangala region, in Tembisile sub-region. We had meetings with King Makosonke Mabena of Amandebele. We had a very productive meeting in Komazi to consult with the people of Nhlanzeni. We had meetings with volunteers in the Northwest Province and had several interactions with traditional and religious leaders. We had engagements with King Aran in the Northern Cape province of the Khoi people. We had engagements with the volunteers of the Western Cape province. We had very productive and useful meeting and visited the Church of Apostle Muhlala in the Western Cape province. We had meetings with religious leaders in Bungondo in KwaZulu-Natal province. We had meetings with volunteers, a very productive meeting in Johannesburg and Gauteng and different constituencies. We had the meeting with eThekwini with all the volunteers of Mayibuye. And we had a very productive and guiding meeting with Inglamit Mrs. Ubugazoli team, who provided the much needed guidance in terms of what is to be done and moving forward. And in the process of consultations, the identified leadership structures which had been constituted at provincial, regional, and sub-regional levels had several engagements with different constituencies, and all of that will be reflected in the final report of the consultation process. We spoke to hundreds of thousands of people. We received millions of inputs via WhatsApp, via email engagements, via social media from different people. We got wise counsel from Dr. Ivan Koza as well. We spoke to Dr. Mike Nkuna. We had the opportunity to get constant guidance from Archbishop Zondo, from our King Nkosi Bright Mthimkhulu of Amahlule. Constant guidance on a daily basis on how we move forward. We had very wise counsel from Nkosi Yabatetwa in Mandeni, who gave us profound advice as to just how to move forward. We had interactions with Nkosi Nyawa and Nkosi Gumede in Klabalinga. We had productive engagements with the Muslim communities in KwaZulu-Natal. We had an engagement with Mr. Joe Spanion, who gave us wise counsel as to how we should handle some of the issues here in South Africa. So there are so many royal and traditional leaders that we have met, and we still are going to meet after the process and the way forward that we have outlined here. Part of the decisions that we took in the period from the 19th of June 2025, we appointed the leadership structure which we called the National Consultation Team, which was overall overseeing the work of the movement. We also appointed the leadership of Mayibuye Women's Movement. We appointed the leadership of Mayibuye Youth Movement. We also established Mayibuye Medics, which is medical doctors and professionals in the healthcare sector who on behalf of Afrika Mayibuye provide free healthcare services in our communities. And we have a very dependable and responsive communications department. We have a department which is responsible for social assistance. We have leadership in all the provinces. And we have in the database that of those that volunteered, because we had issued out volunteer forms, we had more than 200,000 volunteers of Afrika Mayibuye who assisted us in carrying all these functions in the consultation process. There are certain lessons which were learned in the whole consultation process. Lesson number one is that the people crave genuine listening, that throughout the consultation process, participants repeatedly emphasize their desire to be heard without interruption or judgment, sharing deep insights into daily struggles that have long been ignored by those that are in power. We also have learned that our people have got a lot to say, that ordinary South Africans possess profound knowledge and ideas about their communities, from local economic issues to social justice issues, to issues that have to be dealt with differently. We also have learned that the people demand that there must be institutionalized participation on each and every decisions which governments are responsible for. That there's unity in shared grievances, that despite the diverse backgrounds, the sessions fostered unity as people realize their individual pains and poverty. We have now come here, comrades, to announce the end of the consultation process. We have got to appreciate something that Amilcar Cabral says, that always remember that the people are not fighting for ideas, for things in anyone's head, that they are fighting to win real gains, to live better and in peace, to see their world and to see their lives move ahead. So comrades, ladies and gentlemen, the people of South Africa, Africans in the continent and diaspora, the progressive forces in all parts of the world, I have the honor on behalf of our foremothers and forefathers, on behalf of the people of South Africa, on behalf of the current and future generations, and by the grace of the Almighty God, to announce the formation of Afrika Mayibuye Movement as a political movement and political party. So the shortened version of Afrika Mayibuye Movement is not AMM. The shortened version of Afrika Mayibuye Movement is Mayibuye. The national core team of Afrika Mayibuye Movement and the national officials have approved the founding document of Afrika Mayibuye Movement, which will be available online and will be circulated to all the people of South Africa to still make further input So the Afrika Mayibuye founding document is called the Afrika Mayibuye Restoration Manifesto. What the Restoration Manifesto does, it gives a historical background of where we come from as a people, with an appreciation that a people without the knowledge of their past history and origin and culture is like a tree without roots. The Restoration Manifesto of Afrika Mayibuye Movement also gives a diagnosis of just what are the challenges that are confronting South African society. There is 100 reasons that have been identified, and each and every one of those reasons are very important. From jobs, from the issue of landlessness, the issue of national debt, of inequalities. When we were discussing each and every one of those reasons, we were making an observation that even if it was just one of those reasons, there will be a basis to found a political movement to fight for jobs, or to fight inequality, or to fight the highest levels of debt obligations which the state has. But we have got 100 reasons which we collected from the people of South Africa as to why Afrika Mayibuye Movement should exist as a political party and as a political movement. The Restoration Manifesto also identifies who are the motive forces in the revolution that we're in pursuit of. It also deals with the roles and functions of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. That it also provides a clear position of Afrika Mayibuye Movement on the immigration question. It defines the character and manifestations of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. It also speaks to the ideological character of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. It also speaks to what is to be done moving forward, what type of branches that we are going to have as Afrika Mayibuye Movement. It also speaks to the attributes and values of leadership that we want in the Afrika Mayibuye Movement. So the Restoration Manifesto, part of the things that it says is that the Afrika Mayibuye Restoration Manifesto expresses the views and ideas of the people of South Africa from the bustling streets of Gauteng, where innovation clashes with inequality, to the rolling hills of KwaZulu-Natal echoing ancestral war cries, the sun-baked expanses of the Northern Cape whispering tales of resilience, the fertile valleys of the Eastern Cape birthing revolutionaries, the wind-swept coast of the Western Cape defying colonial ghosts, the mining heartlands of Limpopo and Northwest pushing and pulsing with exploited fury, the agricultural backbone of Mpumalanga and Free State fueling the hunger for land, all converging in a symphony of defiance that shakes the foundations of oppression and exploitation. That the Afrika Restoration Manifesto, which will be available for all the people of South Africa to read, serves as a bridge between the painful past and a bold future, educating our people on the roots of our suffering, agitating for immediate action, and looking forward to a liberated tomorrow. And the manifesto, which we refer to as the Afrika Mayibuye Restoration Manifesto, says that the Afrika Mayibuye Movement is a people's movement, a total liberation and emancipation movement, fighting for total freedom and emancipation now. We are fighting for total freedom and emancipation now and not tomorrow. So we are fighting for total freedom and emancipation now. That we are fighting for total political freedom and emancipation now. We're fighting for total economic freedom and emancipation now. We're fighting for cultural freedom and decolonization now. We're fighting to build a capable developmental state now. And we're fighting to be a caring and responsive people's movement. And ladies and gentlemen, we have also adopted the colors and logo of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. So the colors of our organization, as is reflected in the logo there, will be black, which symbolizes the African identity, the dignity and resilience of the oppressed, and green, which represents the land, rebirth, and the natural wealth of Africa, which must be restored to the people as a whole. Gold, which signifies the mineral wealth and the richness of the African continent. The red, symbolizing the blood of martyrs who laid down their lives and the struggle for liberation. The purple symbolizes African royalty and all the religious and faith systems and beliefs. So the color purple represents royalty, so the logo is wrapped and encircled with royalty. And that is after the submission from the royal leadership of South Africa. So the logo of Afrika Mayibuye Movement is a purple circle representing royalty with an African map inside. The top part of the logo is written Afrika Mayibuye and the bottom part written movement. Underneath the map is a black clenched fist holding a unique spear pen, which appears as a spear in the beginning and appears as a pen on the end. So the spear pen, so in South Africa, the biggest 3 black political organizations have got a spear in their logos. But the spear pen that appears in the logo of Afrika Mayibuye starts as a spear and ends as a pen, representing that now we are fighting our struggles with clear ideas, with information, with superior knowledge and identity. We are a generational movement that says that we appreciate our past in terms of the struggles, but now we're fighting the struggle with clear ideas and superior knowledge and alternatives on what is to be done. And we say as well that the spear pen, which appears on the logo of Afrika Mayibuye, should be an essential component of all the logos of the attendant organizations, inclusive of Afrika Mayibuye Women's Movement, Afrika Mayibuye Youth Movement, Afrika Mayibuye Students Movement, Mayibuye Law Clinic as well, Mayibuye Educators. The logo of Afrika Mayibuye Medics already has got the same spear pen, which also appeared in the logo of the consultation process in terms of what happens. Now the flag of Afrika Mayibuye, the official flag, shall consist of 3 horizontal stripes, black on top, green in the middle and red at the bottom, with Mayibuye logo at the center. And the flag of Afrika Mayibuye Movement is identical to the universal Pan-African flag. The universal colors of the Pan-African movement are red, black, and green, arranged in horizontal bands with red at the top, black in the middle, and green at the bottom. This flag is also known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association flag, or Black Liberation flag, that was created in 1920 by Marcus Garvey. Now, as of this period, the national officials of Afrika Mayibuye Movement have also adopted a draft constitution which is applicable now until it goes to serve in a national convention, which we are going to announce. So the constitution that we have in draft is taking effect immediately, meaning that there is no more interim structures. Those who were called conveners and coordinators in provinces, they are now provincial chairpersons and secretaries. And in the officials of Afrika Mayibuye Movement, we no longer have a national coordinator, we have got a secretary general. And we have got deputy secretaries general. We still have national chairperson and deputy chair, national organizer and deputy national organizer. We still have the chaplain general. We still have the other responsibilities and portfolios that have. And we no longer have a national convener. We have got a president of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. And we have two deputy presidents of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. And it's still the same leadership that led us to this process. So I'm talking here now as the president of Afrika Mayibuye Movement. We also want to announce that because we had foresight and understanding, we have already complied with all the provisions of the Electoral Commissions Act of 1996. So Afrika Mayibuye Movement is registered as a political party in terms of the Electoral Commission Act of 1996. We have a certificate that acknowledges us as a political party. What that means is that Afrika Mayibuye Movement, Mayibuye, is going to be able to contest by-elections strategically. We are going to contest all the wards in the 2026 local government elections. We are going to contest to win all the municipalities in 2026. We are going to contest to win the general elections in 2029. And we are not contesting for the sake of contesting. We are contesting with the aim, and we are going to win the elections in 2029. Now, as part of the final formalization of founding the organization, we are going to convene a national convention. A national convention, we will give a historical background of the so many conventions that happened in South Africa. Before the Union of South Africa, there was a national convention of whites only, who united the 4 provinces of the Cape, Transvaal, Natal, and the Orange River Colony to found the Union of South Africa. In response, in 1909, there was a convention which was called by black people to respond to the formation of the Union of South Africa. In 1912, the gathering that founded the South African National Natives Congress was a national convention. When the Freedom Charter was adopted, in response, Robert Mangalosi Sobukwe founded the Pan-Africanist Conference, the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, through a national convention which was held in Soweto and Orlando. The Black Consciousness Movement culminated in a Black People's Convention, which was an organization led by President Winfred Khwari from Tabanchu. When South Africa had to move from apartheid to a so-called democracy, the negotiations happened in the convention of a democratic South Africa called CODESA. So there have been multiple conventions in the history of South Africa. So Afrika Mayibuye Movement is going to convene a national convention, which is going to look into the founding document and the Restoration Manifesto of Afrika Mayibuye Movement, the constitution, and also deliberate on what is to be done. Despite the fact that we have listened to the people of South Africa, we have had an overwhelming mandate from the people of South Africa, we are still going to get enrichment on the founding documents that we have developed and are going to be available for public input. Now, the people of South Africa should never underestimate the value of their contributions and perspectives in shaping a movement. We are far much more different people. We are much more matured. We are much more knowledgeable. We are much more experienced. In the period that we got to listen to different people, all of us have got a clearer perspective and vision on just what is to be done. And that is the character and nature of the movement that we're going to build, that is based on the will of the people. The National Convention will be attended by 2,000 delegates from all the municipalities of South Africa, and our guests, traditional and royal leaders, faith leaders from different faith organizations, representatives from Manda Hashu Workers Union of South Africa, Mausa, representatives of medics, representatives of youth and students, and different constituencies that are going to come. Now, in conclusion, we extend our sincere gratitude to everyone who participated in the Mayibuye consultation process. Your contributions came from all the provinces. We appreciate the input from various sectors such as workers, youth, elders, artists, farmers, scholars, and many more. Your dedication and insights have been invaluable in shaping this movement. This marks an important beginning of a journey. The Afrika Mayibuye Movement is a unique and revolutionary organization that welcomes all South Africans. It is committed to bringing about meaningful change for the benefit of everyone. And importantly, Afrika Mayibuye Movement will not be a cult. It will not be a family project. It will not be a scheme for self-enrichment. It's going to fight all manifestations of corruption. Instead, Afrika Mayibuye Movement is a fighting weapon in the hands of the people. Mayibuye is a shield against corruption and wrongdoing. Afrika Mayibuye Movement is a vehicle for the full development of the productive forces and full employment in South Africa. It is a fortress defending the dignity of the marginalized and oppressed. It is a bridge uniting our fractured communities in unbreakable solidarity. It is a catalyst igniting innovation and sustainable prosperity for all. It is a guardian preserving our cultural heritage and environmental treasures. It is a vanguard championing equality, justice, and the boundless potential of the youth. It is a platform amplifying the voices of women and promoting gender equality. It is a force driving land reform and equitable resource redistribution. It's an advocate for quality education, free decolonized education and skills development for all. It is a defender of workers' rights and fair labor practice. It is a promoter of healthcare access and well-being for every citizen of South Africa. It is a steward fostering full development of the productive forces. It is a builder of international solidarity, and progressive Pan-Africanism. We encourage all the people of South Africa to join Afrika Mayibuye Movement. The online applications are opened, and we are going to send the links for everyone who are going to join, and they will be able to receive an immediate electronic card. There is no immediate membership fee. The membership fees are going to be paid at 20 Rand per member when the membership card is delivered physically. Because in all other parties, people join and they don't receive their membership card, they do not know what happened to their money. So the membership card will be given and members will only pay when they've received the membership card. So no one must scam the people of South Africa and say that they must join Mayibuye with 20 Rand up front. You must not pay any 20 Rand unless you have received the membership card. But those who are willing to donate to Afrika Mayibuye Movement, there is options in the membership form that is online as to how you do so. And when the amounts of donations that we receive exceeds the amount which can be declared, we are going to declare with the Independent Electoral Commission. We are not going to make any mistake on anything that we do. Everything else that we do in Afrika Mayibuye Movement will be done with military precision. We'll be able to respond to the aspirations and interests of the people. We'll have an organization that cares about the aspirations and interests of our people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, the people of South Africa. Mayibuye Africa, Mayibuye, yeah, Africa, Mayibuye, yeah, Africa. Viva Afrika Mayibuye Movement, viva! Viva Mayibuye, viva! Forward to 2026, forward! Forward to victory in 2029, forward! Amanda! Away, two! Thank you very much, Nko.